Here we go. It's the big show today.
Woo!
Big show. KellyGirl, and she's got a couple of superstar special guests today we're bringing in for the show, right?
Right. Yes.
And we have a new...
I didn't understand.
I know. It's okay.
You'll
understand. We were just very busy today. We just got our new house. We just signed everything, came flying down the hill, jumped in here, and here we go. We're doing a show. We want to introduce our brand new sponsor for the show, AFTCO. AFTCO is a part of your saltwater guide now. And all of you that watch the podcast every day, because of that, you're getting, and this doesn't happen anywhere, you get 15% off all AFTCO products. So if you jump on here, look at that QR code, go through the QR code, and you can go onto their website. You will not believe all the phenomenal products.
Oh my gosh. So for you gals out there that are not into fishing or don't care, they have got some really cute clothes. I'll tell you that. So go on and check it out. And yeah, AFTCO's pretty cool.
And they got everything, knives and
everything.
Boots and foul weather gear. And you saw us wearing it when KellyGirl and I were out lobster fishing this year when we flew up. AFTCO, pretty much, if you're going to go fishing, they got you covered with whatever kind of fishing you're going to do, with whatever kind of outfit.
Yep.
Beautiful clothes. And then like KellyGirl said, clothes that have nothing to do with fishing. They're just bitching clothes, right?
Cute clothes, yeah.
You're wearing them all the time, and you'll see all of us wearing them, and all Pablo and Justin and Al and Sonny are all wearing AFTCO now. AFTCO came through big time for us, and take advantage of the 15% off all AFTCO products. It's going to be a pretty spectacular thing. So I'm turning everything off, honey. I'm just trying to do a show here. So check out AFTCO. Go over there, grab the QR code. Those of you that are listening and you can't get on there, you're going to use the code YSWG and the number 15. For those of you that are driving in your cars and listening, and you want to go check out the cool AFTCO products, go to aftco.com and then put in the code YSWG and the number 15. And that's going to save you your 15% on all AFTCO products. And then we're going to talk a little later in the show about Larry Hansen and Pacific Sport Fishing Alliance. We already are filling up the trip for Lopez Mateos. We have one opening for the Alaska trip that KellyGirl and I are going on. We got one spot open left on the Alaska trip. So you want to go on that. We're going to give you all this information here later on in the show. But right now, it's all about AFTCO. So check out the QR code. I'm going to pull that down in just a second. I'm going to bring in our two special guests. And you guys are going to love today's show. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be really good, run by Kelly, and I'll help her out. And then the two special guests we have, it's going to be incredible. Grab the QR code. I'm pulling it down right now. And remember, YSWG and the number 15. Save 15% off all your AFTCO products. All right, Kelly, are you ready?
Well, I am. I think
okay, so first, introduce our first guest, which is going to be this young lady.
Our first guest is someone very, very special. Very, very special to us and to the industry, especially. Donna Kalis. Donna Kalis from Dana Wharf Sport Fishing.
Welcome,
hi,
Donna. Welcome to the show.
And yes, she is Dave's younger sister. And we just love her.
And then we have another special guest. I'm going to let her. This young lady had an opportunity to work with me for a little while, but she's seen so much fish. She's been up in the Bering Sea, done the Bering Sea deadly as catch type of job. She's a commercial swordfish. And now she runs one of the most successful businesses in Dana Wharf in Dana Point Harbor, right next to Donna's business, right next to Dana Wharf. She runs John's Fish Market. So Shayla, welcome to the show.
Hi guys. Thank you.
Hey, how are you?
What a shout out. My mentors.
It's a girls show today. We're trying to get Kelly in on the show, gang. The hardest thing is going to keep Kelly in the screen.
Hi, Shayla.
Hi, honey.
Hi, everybody. Scudo.
Oh my God.
I'm
Okay.
trying not to cry.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
This is going to be fun. All right.
AFTCO.
Welcome to the show, Shayla. Welcome, Donna.
Thank you.
Scoot
So
over.
I'm scooting over. I'm scooting over.
So what are we doing here? What are we
Yeah,
doing?
what are we doing, Dave? I thought
KellyGirl
Kelly
thought it
was
would-
interviewing us.
KellyGirl thought it would be a good idea to bring you two on the show. So here we are, and KellyGirl's pinching the living bejesus out of me.
Stop it, David.
Okay. I don't know how to do a podcast without talking, Kelly. So
So
it's
talk.
going to be impossible. So listen, Donna,
Yes.
first we want to talk to you about running the largest family-owned sport fishing operation in California. That's a pretty big deal. That's pretty spectacular. Our father left a heck of a legacy with you, and you stood side by side with him for a very long time, and you were very engaged in the management of the fisheries. You're very engaged in CCA. You sat on the board of CCA, which is a big deal, and you also were Woman of the Year. I mean, there's so many cool things that you've done that people don't understand. You run Dana Wharf Sport Fishing in Dana Point Harbor, and you also run Oceanside Whale Watch down in Oceanside, California. That's a pretty spectacular deal you got going on in a pretty much a male-dominated industry. And you are right there on the forefront, and people know you in the industry very, very well. And they don't know you as Dave Hansen's sister. They know you as Donna Kalis. People are shocked when they find out you're my sister because you're so smart and they listen to me all the time. But KellyGirl wanted to know, what's it like to run a big operation like that? What's it like? Are you super busy all the time?
Well, we know she's super busy.
Yes, I'm super busy all the time. But I love it. I love that I got to grow up in the sport fishing industry. You know, Dad taught me a lot. I'm very fortunate to have two very supportive brothers, both you and Mike, and you both grew up in the industry. You have a lot of knowledge, and that really helps me. But yeah, it's a fun challenge every single day. There's a lot of fires that I love to put out. So yeah, it's just one issue after the next. The sport fishing industry is challenging. And so I'm constantly being pulled into new things that are going on in the industry and new challenges while running the businesses. So it's a lot of fun. As Shayla would know, it's 24/7, 7 days a week. So yes.
Yeah, now you guys are in Dana Point Harbor most of the time. I know you go down to Oceanside once in a while to check on your nephew who's running a phenomenal operation down there for you. But day-to-day operations in Dana Point Harbor, with all the changes going on right now, the revamping of the harbor, the new parking structure that our father fought so long and so hard for, how difficult is it right now trying to run a business with all that stuff going on in there?
So, you know, the parking structure has been going on for 25 years.
I know.
And so I tell everyone, you know, it's 14 months of our life, but we've been waiting for 25 years for this parking structure to start. So when that shovel hit the ground, you know, I'm not going to lie, it's very challenging. The parking is, you know, there's not a lot of it right now. But we're going to get through, and we just have to keep our eye on the prize, right? 14 months, and then we'll have all the parking that we could have ever hoped for. But I know that it's challenging. Right,
Yeah,
Shayla?
I'd like to add to that.
Yeah, the two
So,
of you.
yeah, as
work
long as
hard.
we manage our employees like parking elsewhere, we're coming into a season where there's a lot of e-bikes, and they're going to set up some more e-bike like stations and stuff. So it's really not as bad as you would think it would be. I don't really have a lot of fear going into summer and stuff like that, because people, you know, we can encourage people to, you know, use the trolley and whatnot. But like Donna said, we've been waiting for this for so long, and they are hitting the ground from morning to night. I mean, they are hitting the ground. They are not like, you know,
I mean, they went from grading. I mean, they're ready to go. Like
they're moving. They're moving.
Gangbusters.
And so it's going to be amazing. And I haven't really heard, I haven't heard anything negative. The only thing that has been going on with the parking structure as an issue is, getting my employees to not park in our parking lot. I mean, just like, and getting them on e-bikes and stuff. Like, I got the closet next door to Waterman so they can bring their e-bikes and lock them in safely and stuff. And I'm rewarding them with rewards. Like, I'm giving them incentives to do it, and it's working. And, because they have to understand, if you park in that parking lot, then you can't have any customers. You won't make any money. So what are you doing here? So the hardest part is to try to get people to find different ways to make their way down there, but it's getting into the season where they do that anyways.
And we have, like Shayla said, we have the trolley starting on May 26th, and that goes throughout the whole entire city of Dana Point until September 6th. So we're going to have a lot of help in that department once that trolley starts.
Yeah. And we'll encourage it through our business, to like, hey, bring your card and you get $5 off your meal, or whatever, to encourage to get under the trolley. And the trolleys are fun. I did it, and I finally did it, and I had a good time. I'm like, I should just take this to work every day because it connects to San Clemente. Like, if I wasn't so busy.
The trolleys are fun. They just take a little bit of time, but you have to be patient and ride the trolley.
Yeah, but they're doing a good job. I think they're doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's talk about this trolley then for a little bit, since we opened that door. Down there in the wharf right now, the parking's kind of limited because we lost that giant parking lot as you're pulling into the main parking lot at Dana Wharf. There was a huge parking lot right there on the left that you guys shared with the lawn tramp.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, as they started construction of the parking structure, which is going to be phenomenal, we all know that it's going to be epic, but people that don't understand don't really know how easy of access it is to get down to the wharf now, to get down to Dana Wharf Sport Fishing and John's Fish Market. So let them know what we're talking about. Where can we park and get on this trolley? Is it everywhere? Is there a schedule? Can we go Google it? Can we?
Yeah, there's an app. Yeah, there's an app, Dana Point Trolley. There's trolley hops. You can go on the Dana Point City, the chamber, and you can go into Dana Point Unplugged. It's on there. Just look up Dana Point Trolley. Use Google. Dana Point Trolley.
City of Dana Point. Yeah, City of Dana Point's website has it. And we have like trolley maps. So right when it starts, all the businesses have trolley maps, and it's ongoing. I don't know the exact hours. I think it's like 12 to 10 at night. It's pretty cool.
And the stops are appropriate. Yeah. Like, they're not annoying. Like, if you're like, 100 years old and you want to get on it, like, it literally drops you off right before, like right in front of Burnham and Ward's right there, in the circle down, and they go down in. So they're not going to drop you off the street and make you walk down.
Right. It connects with San Clemente Trolley and Laguna Beach Trolley and San Juan Capistrano Trolley. So you can get all over.
Mm-hmm. And that's pretty cool.
I didn't even know about that. That is super special. One of our followers, Jason's asking, Donna, what operation do you run in Oceanside?
So it's called Oceanside Adventures, and it's the whale watching company that's there. It's right below the lighthouse. And we've been there for 8 years, and we just launched our second vessel called Nala.
Nala, they named a vessel after you.
Named after Shayla's dog.
We'll have to go see it. I love Shane.
It means big cat, and so it's appropriate.
And now, is Shane running that one, or is Shane running the little one?
He's running that one.
The big one?
Yes.
Okay.
Moving up the ladder.
And Shane is my nephew, Michael's son, Donna's nephew, and he's been working for the company for a very, very long time, right?
Yes. He worked on the Dana Pride. He was the galley cook on the Dana Pride for a long time, and then got his license. He was the youngest U.S. Coast Guard licensed captain, I guess, like at 18 years old. And so he has just been, and then he's been in Oceanside for 8 years, so the entire time we've been down there. running the Oceanside Adventures, which is a 47-foot cat. And now the new cat is a 63-foot cat.
Nice. How fun. There
So
you
we're
go, gang.
excited.
So you got a nice area to go whale watching. That's kind of like the little sleeper area down there, and it's got a lot of good water to cruise around and look for whales in because of the area from Camp Pendleton on down to Carlsbad. Pretty much, you guys can cover all that area, which works really good. Oh, there's your doggy.
Yeah, it's
That's what I
exciting. Oceanside is up and coming, man. Like, I don't know if you haven't been to Oceanside in a while, it's definitely worth the time to go down there, check it out. There's new restaurants, hotel. They have a big food scene down there. I love Dana Point. Dana Point is, that's neat, but Oceanside
That's our
is pretty
play.
cool too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Oceanside's really stepped it up.
Mhm.
and there's opportunity right now for a new restaurant on the Oceanside Pier. So you got that going on too.
Oh, yeah. So
Had to
Oceanside
throw that in there.
they had a small fire. It only affected the 10% of the end of the pier. So everything is good. But yes, that was a very scary moment.
Yeah, it was. It was kind of crazy fire. So let's jump over to Shayla for a minute. So Shayla, you've been down in the harbor for your whole life. And just like Donna, the two of you have both been in the harbor since you were born. And, Shayla,
I have
'cause a lot of
pictures of
people-
me and you guys on the docks when we were little.
Yeah. And your brother told me to stay as far away from you as I could.
And you said, "Don't worry, I don't want her. I want her mom."
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, David. So terrible.
My mom was
my
beautiful.
God.
My mom was absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, she was. She was
a little barfly, barmaid.
Your mother was smoking hot.
The
God rest
fisherman's
her.
dream.
I heard that too from Bobby Lorman. So I've heard that story a lot.
Yeah. Everybody.
Yeah, don't be ripping all my covers off.
Besides,
Now
I look like a boy anyways. When I was younger, I looked like a boy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I grew up
Alright.
down in Dana Point Harbor. My dad and Sharon were always working the fish market or fishing. And, during summer after school, we lived above Dana Hills High School. There was nothing else to do. There was so much to do down at the beach in the harbor. That's just where we were all the time. That's what we did. We were harbor rats. And I would shuck oysters for Kyoko at the fish market to get enough quarters to go to the skate arcade or the candy store to get some Jelly Bellies when Jelly Bellies came out. And yeah, it was good timing. Good timing. My brother was always in charge of watching me down there. So he would go and buy me some Jelly Bellies to go sit somewhere so he could go do whatever he was doing. But I did kick his butt one time even though we weren't allowed to go down the hatch, there were some times back in those days that we could. And I did kick his butt in pool one time. I won. One time.
He's always busy break dancing back in those days. He carried his piece.
Yeah,
of
Todd used to pull out pieces of linoleum in that little island in the parking lot right there. That the little island between the walkways of Dana Wharf and Coffee and Porter walkway. He used to roll out linoleum with his boom box and break dance with his friends.
Oh, goodness.
I would love to see that. I would have loved to have been there.
I hope I have photos of it. I have some sort of photos of the outfits that he would wear.
You'll have to show us one day.
So basically,
Yep.
Donna will back this up. Todd and Shayla are basically our brothers and sisters. We all grew up together since the beginning of time. Shayla's father, Shayla's uncle, both of her uncles, they all worked for our dad at one time or another in their life, like pretty much started out their careers in the sport fishing industry working for our father, Don.
Mm-hmm.
And so we watched Todd and Shayla be born. We watched them grow up. And then Donna and Shayla run two of the most successful businesses in Dana Point, gang. You guys,
Because of Donna.
you guys work so closely together all the time. And during our pandemic, there was a lot of stuff going on in the harbor where you couldn't have There was nothing going on. And Shayla, you did something that no one else did. You thought way outside the box, and you started that. Could talk
Yeah,
about
that was real easy because, they're saying all over the news, everybody had to close down. Everybody had to close. Everybody had to close. Unless you were an essential, you had to close down. Restaurants had to close down. Bars had to close down. Everything, concerts, venues, everything. Everybody had to close down. Everybody was closed unless you were essential. Well, I have a fish market and people have to eat. And so I'm essential. So I stayed open. And since I stayed open, people were hungry. Like right at that same time, Newsom said, you can go for walks in open areas. And so we were just serving to go. We just kept on serving. We just served to go food. Right. And, and then the restaurants all closed down that weren't essential, because they had to. Some for 2 weeks, some for 2 months, some for 6 months, some for the whole entire year. And some we just remained open, and then we just mastered it. Once he said you could do to-go orders outside only, which is a really funny story in itself. When I came in, I was going to do like DoorDash and Postmates and all that other stuff. It was in the business plan that I had, like that was one of the things that was going to bring in revenue. And then once I got into the fish market and started actually working the fish market, I found out that fish and chips don't hold very well to go. Like, deep fried fish doesn't do very well to go. So I decided not to do that. And then all of a sudden, here we are, we have to be 100% to go. So we really capitalized on Instagram and social media and to the public on when they were hoard food, we're all going to die. So we were getting people to get portions in freezer wrap paper for their freezer. So we would get just loads of orders of fish for your freezer, fresh wild caught fish for your freezer that will keep through this time. And that is to this day. Actually, yesterday I had a repeating customer that was part of that from the beginning, that came yesterday, and she bought, it was 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 110 pounds of fish portioned in each portions that for her family. And so now they do it twice a year. So we have a couple of different customers now, regulars now, that do that reportion their fresh wild, because we have wild caught salmon, we have wild caught, fish. So they prefer that wild stuff, and it freezes and keeps well, and if you do it right. And so there was that. So then we were, you couldn't go inside, so we made like an outside fish market kind of, and it was really fun. I mean, if you go back on the Instagram and look at it, it's probably not fun for a lot of people to see the masks when those were introduced. That was a nightmare for everybody, but whatever, we didn't care. There was just so much going on. It didn't matter. I mean, there was so much business. There was so much business that it tripled our business. So they took all of the seating out of the entire harbor. They took out all of the benches, so you couldn't sit down next to each other and eat, or, congregate or anything, right? And this is before the 6 foot thing too. So we just closed off our patio with our tables, and this side you ordered and this side you'd picked up. And then we had our umbrellas, and we had on ice, we had all of our sides outside. And then on our windows, we made our big menus of the fresh fish that we had. And we had runners that would go back and forth and show people our fresh fish from the fish case, the locals. And we had some people, because we've been there 43 years. We're going to have a birthday in October for 44 years. So some of the regulars, they would go around. We called them those sidewinders. We would find them inside at the fish case, and we'd be like, "Oh, excuse me, you can't come in here." And they'd be like, and no mask, and we'd be just like, "Okay, what would you like?" And just do it the best we could, and just let them know that they have to, go outside. But I want to see it. And I'm like, okay, come on in. And so like we tried to show it every day on Facebook or in Instagram. And, you know, we tried to show what we had every day so that people could see it. So we would bring it out and show them pieces. You know, we would allow people to come in every now and then and just take a look, because that's what they did for 40 years. You know, that's what they would do. They would check out which one they wanted, which one looked the best. And so that was exciting and fun. At the same time, it was kind of really hard, and I'll try to get to the next question on other stuff, but it changed our entire business because and I had this in the business plan too, that I had tabled once I got in there and realized, okay, this is a much bigger plan than I thought at the time because of payroll. And the way that, you know, Sharon was having a hard time doing all of the back end business by herself, you know, fighting the cancer that she was fighting. And so I, along with like in the beginning, wanted to do DoorDash and to-go stuff, found out that doing table service wasn't going to be an easy thing to like, you know, integrate. So I kind of tabled that, and then COVID hit, right? And so then after the to-go thing, when they started to let people back in, or not in, but into the patio onto the outside, right? But we've already got this 6 foot, you got to be 6 foot thing, right? And masked thing still going on for months, and it's back and forth. It was like we were allowed to do to-goes, or it was all to-goes for like a month or something, and then he'd say, okay, you could eat outside again, you know. And then when he got like caught eating or something, and you know, and so then you could eat outside only, you know. And but so the dilemma that we ran into, what changed our business so significantly, so perfectly, I mean, it was amazing, was that for 40 years, 39 years at that time, you walked into the fish market to the front counter and you ordered with a high school student, right? And you ordered your order and you paid for it, and then into the kitchen window. And then when it was ready, you'd be like, Dave, order's ready, Dave. And then they come back to the counter and pick it up. So it was self-serve. And then they take their lemons that they wanted and they get their sodas and whatever. And it was just like, do that with the regulations that were set in place with no future plans on changing. So, because I tried to like wait and see. So all of a sudden I have these completely inexperienced, shy high school, because, you know, they couldn't go to school, just enthusiastic, awesome teenagers, basically and you know, low 20s, that had no service experience at all. And we're so scared. It went one day, it was like, you're all to goes, to the next day he says, we are opening, they're announcing, we are opening it up to where you can eat outside. You can eat at your table outside, you know. And it's like, but the tables and the chairs have to be 6 feet away, whatever. And we're just like, what are these kids going to do? Like, you know, and we're still dealing with this because they go to the table, they're like, hi, you ready to order? Fish chip, okay, fish chip. Like they didn't have any idea. So we're the training and the chaos and the love, you know, because all I could do is just love them, and all we could do is laugh and play loud, fun music and just be like, it's okay, you know. And I would just talk to the customers and just, you know, and just ride with it, and, you know, and just talk to them at the end of the day and be like, you know, this is your chance to learn how to be around, you know, public. This is a good, you know, lesson. This is a really good learning experience to engage with people in society publicly. Some made it, some didn't. It was really hard. We had no real servers. I was the only one that's ever served. And I started trying to hire servers, right? But then it was like all of the people that served before the pandemic were still on unemployment and didn't want to lose their unemployment. So they weren't applying for jobs for a while. It was pretty hilarious. So we still have some of those really good employees, and we're still full service, and we're still as of this morning, rebuilding the inside, to accommodate that, because you have to, they can't just go and get their own sides. Like it's the self-service thing is not cost affordable now because all the prices went up. So you can't just have a reach for all lemons and a reach for all tartar sauces and stuff. You have to serve them and you have to bring them what they need and not just what all they want, because anything free people are grabbing. It's like if you put a basket of ketchup, and they need some ketchup, it's a handful and they use one or two. I can't reuse those. That's trash, so it's like we went to ketchup bottles. We had to switch to caddies and stuff. It was really, it's been and like Donna said, a lot. It's an everyday job. It's an everyday thought, and every moment thought. It's 24/7, but I absolutely love it. I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to ever do anything else. And so,
see, I told you, Shayla.
Yeah, you told her.
I have to say woman of the month or year or whatever you are, because to me, you're the woman of my life, and you know that. And I hope everybody knows that this woman right here, I would not even be the person I am today if it wasn't for this part of this person right here, and Sharon, who passed away, that always prayed for me and helped me to learn how to do the books and stuff for the fish market, and allowed me to come in and take over her really hard work that she was trying to continue doing. And but Donna was the one, and I'll tell you a quick. You could tell me to stop at any time because I'm like you. Donna. So here's how it goes. Okay, you said earlier, right, in a male-dominated industry. Okay, and that's exactly what it was. I always had this like back end, not like resentment, but need to be like my brother, my dad, you and the fishermen and the guys and the deckhands and everybody else. I had like this back end like need to be in that. It wasn't something that I knew of, for most of my life. I worked for Gary at the coach house for 27 years. So, and I made great money and I love that. But when my kids got old enough and, and they were doing their own thing, I'm like, I don't want to be serving drinks at the coach house every weekend of every day, every weekend of every year and every holiday. Like there's something more for me. And so, and also I had to start paying my own rent and stuff, and I needed other jobs. So, Tyler left. Tyler, my nephew, who was at the time working as I think he was deckhanding for somebody, or no, he went to pool service, but he was working with you down there or something. But anyways, he had stayed with me and left a bag of clothes in my garage. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go down and talk to Donna, because I was trying to figure out what I was going to do when I grew up, right? What I was really going to do. Like what could I put my energy into that could make me money, but I'm older already, that doesn't much schooling, that I'm already have a leg into, that might like speed it up. My daughter, the professional photographer, that was my, like first go to, like, but that's her thing, like what can I do that can make actually a living that won't tear my body up after a few years. I will be able to go to school and work, if I have to. And all that. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be a boat captain, because all I have to do is sit on my ass, right? When I get older, I won't have to do anything when I get older. It just seemed like something that I would be able to, maybe get my feet in, because I have connections, right? So, and it just sounded like a good idea. I didn't know what it meant or anything like that, but like, okay, boating. Like I'm going to go do that. And I know I had to start at the bottom. So I go into this bag in my garage and I'm looking for a Dana Wharf shirt or something to go to interview, to go to talk to Donna, right? The only thing that's in there is a Carolina Express t-shirt. Okay. I go down to talk to Donna. And at this point, Miss Donna is like, it would be amazing to have a woman captain oh my God. And I'm talking to your brother, Mike, and he's like, get your hours, go to this school, get your license. Like, you can drive the new whale watching boat that we're going to get, you know? I'm like, yay, yay, yay. Okay. And I'm like, okay, so what boat am I going to start on? And she's like, looks at my shirt and she goes, well, I need a parking attendant for California Express. That's not going to give me boat hours. That turned out to be really valuable for me in the very beginning to the very end to very much now. So that right there couldn't have happened in a better way, because if I would have been thrown into the other stuff, I don't know if it would have happened the way that it turned out. What happened was I got to sit with myself at a parking gate at pretty much just a little bit above, she loves me, minimum wage, writing and journaling and thinking about what I needed to know. But what I also got to do was I got to take inventory of the harbor again, because I had not hung down there for a very long time. And it's very privately and old school and politically involved. There's a lot of different little things that I don't know about. And I wanted to catch it. I needed to know some stuff, you know? So I got to kind of watch a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you did. Hold on a second. Time out, Shayla. Slow down. So what I want to say, Donna, is probably one of the best things you ever did for Shayla was put her out there, because it reintroduced her to all of us, where we hadn't seen her since she was very young. And then all of a sudden Shayla's back in the harbor. And that was good that you did that, Shayla, because it brought you back. And all of us got to be reintroduced to Shayla, Todd Manser's little sister. And then all of a sudden you weren't Todd's little sister anymore. You were actually Shayla Manser O'Keefe. And Donna, you did a phenomenal job. But I want to stop Shayla right there. And I want to go back to Donna right now. Donna, we got something super special coming up.
We do.
And if you could talk about that, that would be pretty special. I think it's super important to let everybody know what's coming up here on the 15th of May.
So it's Dawn Hansen Day, May 15th. So forever, Dana Wharf's anniversary has been May 15th. And I just started that like 10 years ago, where like I made that an event for Dana Wharf to have its anniversary on May 15th. And we do a bunch of series of events, and it's super cool. And so after our father died, it just became clear to me that we should make that day Dawn Hansen Day. And so we now call it Dawn Hansen Day, and May 15th is the day that everybody can come down and go fishing, whale watching for 50% off. They can buy future gift certificates for 40% off. You can buy 10 of your favorite trips at 40% off and use them all year. We also have an open house from 5 to 7. We have 25% off fish tacos at John's Fish Market, 25% off at Frisbee Cellars in our little courtyard. We have a beautiful courtyard right in front of John's Fish Market called the Dawn Hansen Plaza. And we're also going to have music from one of our favorites. His name's Anthony Small. He'll be playing music from 5 to 7. Dave will be there to say hi to everybody. It's going to be a great day. So please mark it on your calendar, May 15th. And it's every year we celebrate our father, Dawn Hansen.
And the really cool thing about this year, gang, it's up in the very middle of the week. So it's on a Wednesday.
It's on a Wednesday.
It's going to be spectacular being on a Wednesday. You're not going to have to fight the weekend crowd. You're going to get to come down into the harbor. And then Donna's doing an open house on all the boats from 5 to 7.
So if you want to come down and see any of the boats that you haven't been able to look on, meet the captain, see the crew, you can tour all of them, figure out what boat you want to charter, ask the guys questions. It's really fun.
Yeah, it's a great way to introduce everybody to what's going on at Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. And like Shayla was saying a few minutes ago, if there is a little world down in Dana Point Harbor, and Donna's allowing all of you to enter into the inner part of that world, and you're going to get to go on the boats and meet the captains and see the inner workings of what goes on at Dana Wharf. you're not going to really understand what the brain damage that's going on with Donna and Shayla trying to run a business in Orange County, California, with all the great things going on right now. But the really cool thing about Orange County, gang, is it's like the Orange Curtain. It's like totally different part of California. If you've never seen it, if you've never been there, I'm telling you, you should probably take off the work on May 15th and come down and enjoy our little piece of paradise, because Shayla, Donna, Kelly knows Dana Point Harbor is just a little tiny island in the middle of all this chaos that's going on in the United States of America right now.
It's a little slice of heaven.
And if you haven't been down there and you haven't seen it, it's going to be spectacular. And this year, because of my sister and because of all the great things our father did, she's got a day dedicated to my dad, but you're going to all get to come down and see what's going on. And like Donna says, this is something she's going to do forever. It's always going to happen. But I think it's really special that it happens on a Wednesday. You don't understand, gang. On a weekend, there's so many people in Dana Point because of the fact that it's an island in the middle of the chaos. Everybody comes down there. And because of Donna and because of Shayla and because of their social media presence, people are finding out about this little slice of heaven, for lack of a better word.
Lots of fish will be coming in.
What?
Lots of fish will be coming in too. So people love to watch the fish come in.
Right. And there's so many people that our father touched their lives that are going to be down in the harbor on that day. And you're going to get to meet a lot of different people and talk to a lot of different captains and see a lot of the cool stuff that goes on in Dana Point. So I want to make sure that we hit that as hard as we can and understand what my sister's doing for all of you that love to go fishing. Not only do you get a discount on that day, but she's giving you a 40% discount. You can buy up to 10 tickets at a time. That's insane, because you're going to go fishing anyway. You might as well save some money, right?
Oh yeah, people love it.
Yeah.
So we have so many regulars. They're waiting. They always email us like in January. When is the Don Hansen Day? When is your anniversary day? Because we don't sell those. I mean, you can get some at Christmas, but not at 40% off. So yeah. So come down, and you can do it online. So we know a lot of people don't live here, but you can also come in the store, because some people don't like to buy the online gift certificates. They like to buy the little papers that we hand out. So the little vouchers. So whatever you want to do, you can do it on that day. And we have 25% off all the merchandise in the store as well. So lots of stuff going on.
And that's cool that you mentioned the store, because Kelly, whenever we come up to California, Kelly and Donna go for a tour of Donna's little boutique inside of Dana Wharf Sport Fishing.
It's a must. It's a must for me, for sure. And I always...
It's so funny. I don't think of it as a boutique, but Bobby Lorman came in this one day and he was like, I'm trying to buy this sweatshirt at the boutique. And I'm like, okay, well, just go buy it. He's like, no, you have to help me. And I'm like, what? I don't really understand. Like the boutique, like next door at Golden Galleon, because we have a very cute, like high-end boutique at Golden Galleon next to our store. And he's looking at me crazy. And he's like, no, you're boutique. I'm like, I don't have a boutique, but I guess I do. For men that are trying to buy their wives presents, we have a boutique.
Yes, you do, Donna. You've done a very nice job putting that
It's a
together.
boutique.
It's a boutique.
The first thing KellyGirl always says when she comes, am I going to have time to go down and see Donna? And because I know why she wants to go see you. She's going to go buy some more clothes in Donna's boutique.
It's very cute.
Very
you got to
cute.
go out there and you got to see what's going on. And the cool thing about it is Donna and Shayla work so closely together. She's included Shayla as a part of Don Hansen Day because the plaza, Don Hansen Plaza, pretty much connects the two businesses. The plaza connects the two businesses. If you haven't been down there, you got to check it out. The really cool thing for Donna and I and Michael and Shayla and Todd and Bob Lorman is we pull into Dana Point Harbor every single time we're greeted with that sign. It is just a very, very special place. That's where we grew up. That's our home. That's Donna and I's home. If you want to know where Donna and I grew up playing, we grew up playing in the harbor. That's where we played. You guys were all going to parks and swings and stuff, we were playing in the harbor. That's where we played. That was our playground. I got lucky. I'm a little bit older than Donna. I got to start my playground out on the San Clemente Pier. There's a cool picture of Shayla and Todd with their dad when he caught that 312-pound black sea bass. And you guys are they're so little. Todd and Shayla are so little. It was just it's a great place to grow up. It was a great way to grow up. Real quick though, I want to just let you guys know about our trip to Alaska. We got more time. We got a few more minutes. We'll talk about more of the harbor and what's going on. But our trip to Alaska, Gustavus, Alaska, KellyGirl and I will be on this trip. We have one opening, one ticket available for the second trip. There's 2 trips. We have one ticket available for the second trip. If you want to join us, Larry Hansen's phone number is right there. And then we're putting together the trip for Lopez Mateos already. I just have to read this off of here, Kelly, just to know the right date. Sorry. But I think we sold 8 spots already for the Lopez Mateos first trip. It's going to be pretty magical down there at Lopez Mateos. But, we have 4 trips already booked for the 10 trip and 6 still available for the 10-15 trip. These are incredible trips going to fish at Adolfo Lopez Mateos down on the Baja Peninsula. Larry and I were on the show last week. We talked about this. You want to make sure that you get in on the bucket list Alaska trip or get in on this Adolfo's Lopez Mateos trip. Either trip, all you got to do is dial that number right there, and Larry will answer his phone and he'll talk to you. And we got the great Elliot joining us here. Maybe you could throw up a graphic of the Don Hansen Day that we got going on at Dana Wharf. Donna's doing. Elliot is the master. He takes care of all Donna's social media.
Hi, Elliot.
Shayla's social media, my social, Kelly and I's social media, and Elliot just joined us here. Don Hansen Day, there it is. Or no, that's Pacific Sport Fishing Alliance. That's what we got coming up. If you want to join us on the Mag Bay trip, those are the dates available. That's the phone number. Jump in there. You can join us down there. It's going to be pretty spectacular. The new hotel will be open. You guys will be staying at the new hotel with the new restaurant. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful experience. So please try to make it on that trip with us if you can. And that's going to be in October. That is the best time of the year to be in Mag Bay. But here's Don Hansen Day right here. I think we're going to pull that up and Donna, you can talk a little bit more about that and all the festivities coming up on Don Hansen Day.
There you go.
There it is.
If you go to the website, it will have all the information, danawharf.com. We also have a web page dedicated to our father, Don Hansen. If you go on that page, you can see all the interviews that Dave did with our dad. You can see the Don Hansen Memorial Drive sign. Our dad loved country western music. We have his favorite playlist on there. There's so much stuff on the Don Hansen page. So you can go there, link off our website and come down. Again, we have great deals all day. You can see Shayla and I in the courtyard from 5 to 7. We'll be there. Dave will be there. Mike will be there. Everybody will be there to say hi.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be a special, special day. And this is May 15th. So put it on your calendar.
Cutest guy ever.
Take the day and come and join us down there. And then we lost another person, another icon of the harbor, the backbone of John's Fish Market, the person that made John's Fish Market what it is. Because let's be honest, John's just like me. John's a great fisherman, a great people person. We're not the greatest businessmen, but he was blessed to have Sharon in his life, and she ran that fish market, and she did a phenomenal job and turned over the reins to Shayla. And Shayla, if you got a few minutes to talk about the memorial coming up of Sharon, that would be awesome.
Yeah, first I want to say that she would laugh and people would say, well, how come it's not Sharon's Fish Market? Because my dad didn't really, after being paralyzed in 2013, he really wasn't really that involved in the business anymore. He couldn't really do what he used to do. And so he would just come in, once or twice a week when he could, and, and keep touch and stuff. So, but Sharon was, and before that too, was John's Fish Market. I mean, everything that happened went through Sharon. Sharon designed all of the stuff. My dad built all the counters and everything, but Sharon integrated it and dealt with all the employees and all of the purchasing of the products and all that stuff from the beginning and all of that. So, when people were like, how come it's John's Fish Market, not Sharon's Fish Market? She would always say, well, I'm the S in John's. And I really love that. But yeah, she it's not easy to run a business like that, a family owned business for 43 years by yourself with stage 4 cancer. And she just passed away April 8th. And so we are having a memorial for her. We're having a service at St. Edward's Confessor at 11 a.m. and everyone's welcome. And then at around 2:00, we're having, it was in her will that she wanted the biggest luau party ever. So we are having an enormous luau at around 2, somewhere around there, in between there. And then around sunset, it's still due to be determined. A lot of the people that were, with the Dana Wharf Lady Anglers and her friends and family members have passed. So, and she didn't really get to get out very often the last couple of years and have a lot of friends. A lot of her friends passed. So this is going to be, to celebrate her legacy at John's Fish Market, her legacy of John's Fish Market. And so bringing the harbor and the community together, to celebrate what she has done for 43 years without reaping any, necessary need to be, in the highlights, in the headlights of that. And so then after that, we're going to have burial at sea. So we were looking for a sunset burial at sea, but the sun's going down at like 8:00 now. So I think it might be a little earlier than that. And we're going to go out and we're going to then spread her ashes out into the ocean. Thank you, Donna, for for that. And we'll have more information on the timing on that. And but yeah, there's going to be drummers and Damien from Waterman's. I called him up and let him know that Sharon passed away, and I wanted to know where he got that pig. And he said, I got your pig. Tell me what time. Text me a week before. So Damien's got a pig he's going to be roasting, and we're going to have the the regular Hawaiian Polynesian dancers. We have Hawaiian Polynesian dancers. We have drummers. We have all sorts of music. We have live band music. We have the ukulele club coming. We have the Outrigger Club coming. The Dana Wharf Lady Anglers coming. So that is June. Oh my gosh, now I'm losing my mind.
Well,
Is it June 12th? Thank you. So June 12th is the entire day is for Sharon and all of her hard work. She really, really was the backbone of John's Fish Market, and I hope that I do, even a portion of a job as well as she did. And I'm super grateful that I got to spend the last 7 years so close to her, because we didn't get a lot of time growing up. We didn't like her. We don't want our parents, when we were growing up. So we're always really busy working. I can see why now. So, but she did absolutely love the harbor, loved my father, John, loved Dana Wharf, loved the Dana Wharf Lady Anglers, loved fishing, loved everything. She was on every board, every committee. She just absolutely outshines everything I think I'm possible of. And I hope that I can live up to at least, you know, a fraction of what she's done and keep this, you know, going straight. I've been able to take it over for about 18 months now, consistently the way that she was doing it, and we've upgraded some stuff, and it's doing even better. So, but we're really, really sad that we lost her, because she was a really great woman, a very, very humble and
It was the best.
and yeah, and I'm gonna miss her. Yeah.
Yeah. And Shayla, I want you to understand, Donna and I think you're doing a phenomenal job. You couldn't do a better job if you wanted to. And I know she is
so
very,
proud.
very proud of you. She's
so
very proud of you.
Business
Sweetheart.
of the Year. So Shayla won Business of the Year for John's Fish Market in 2023. That is given by the Dana Point Chamber of Commerce. And so Sharon was here, and she got.
It was more than that. It was, I mean, the commerce. Oh my gosh, I got awards from like Senate, city, county, supervisors. Like, that was amazing.
Absolutely, it was incredible, because you deserve it. You're doing a phenomenal job, and you couldn't remember the date. And like I always say, because Donna's the brains behind the operation here for UNI. It's all. There you are. There you go, Shayla.
Yeah. Look at that. I couldn't believe it. I was like, we did what? Like, and it's Donna. Donna, you're my mentor. And, you know, your dad did, you know, just following through with your dad's stuff has just made you into just such a beautiful mentor woman of,
paying it forward. And
right,
you know, women in business, sometimes they don't lift each other up. So it's super awesome that I'm able to work next to Shayla, and that we have a lot of the same backgrounds, and we, you know, had very strong fathers, and we have brothers, and you know, there's a lot of dynamics, but I'm so honored that I get to work next to Shayla. And, you know, I would just say that women business owners need to lift each other up.
Thank you. I love you.
Very well said, Donna. Guys, if you want to, these are two of the hardest working women you're ever going to meet. And besides that, we didn't even talk about it. You're both moms. You're both phenomenal moms. You got great daughters. Both of you have phenomenal daughters. You've done a great job raising your children, let alone running these epic businesses. I don't even know how anybody could take anything away from either one of you, because of the fact that if anybody ever meets either one of your daughters, you're just blown away by what great citizens they are and what great human beings your daughters are. It's incredible. And I'm so glad that I get to be a part of both of your lives. And it's just it's an honor for me to be a part of you guys. And I know I had to trick you to come on the show by telling you that Kelly was going to run the show today.
You don't have to trick me, because there's one thing that Donna said to me that changed the outlook and made this a long-term plan. And that was, why aren't you running that business? When I was working at Catalina Express, I ran with that. And then there was another thing that you said to me one day that I will never forget. And you said, I won't let you fail. I won't let you fail.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like having that kind of support, like, I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. Like,
we both are.
Oh God, I am extremely blessed. I'm also really looking forward to coming to see Marley.
We're excited for you to come babysit him. When we go to Alaska, whenever we go anywhere, gang, and you see KellyGirl and I together, it's because Shayla puts her life on.
Oh, that's right. I don't get a chance to be the last person to go to Alaska with you, because I'm coming to watch your baby.
Because she's got to watch Marley. There he is. He hears your voice.
Hi,
Look at him. He's
baby.
running around.
Marley.
He's running around. So Shayla, when
Hi,
you guys
Marley.
see Kelly and I at the shows, it's because Shayla comes down and stays in our house and takes care of our babies. And Kelly had to run downstairs because one of our babies was downstairs crying really loud. I don't know what happened, but Kelly's downstairs taking care of the animal. Gang, Darren was asking about the Catalina Express, Donna. The Catalina Express runs out of Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. The ticket office is connected to our building.
Right. So Catalina Express, independent company, they're housed in Long Beach, but our office is one of their satellite offices. And so we sell their tickets, but that's independent company. We love Catalina Express. They're the best company, best family owned business, just like us. And so it works out really awesome.
And they always offload and come and eat at John's.
Yes, they do. So they're great.
It's good for the harbor. It's good for all the businesses in the harbor. It's a phenomenal addition. When our dad gave them that spot, it was just one of the smartest things he ever did because my goodness. And I remember Dad telling me one day, because we're very Christian. We grew up very, very Christian with our father, saying prayers every day before dinner and everything. And he could not understand why there were so many people going out on the Catalina Express on Christmas Day. He just he couldn't wrap his head around it for like probably the first 10 years. Remember, Donna?
Yeah.
He could not understand. Why is the Catalina Express running on Christmas Day?
Because they're a public utility and they have to run every day.
Yeah, but our dad couldn't wrap his head around that one. It took him a while to figure out that not everybody on the planet celebrates Christmas Day, Dad. And that's just a funny thing. And I remember that every time I think of when Catalina Express started. I remember him calling me going, "Oh my gosh, I'm on what?" The harbor's packed with people on Christmas Day. And I'm like, yeah. He goes, "I can't understand it. The Catalina Express ran full all their trips today." I go, yeah, there's a lot of people that aren't celebrating Christmas, Pops. So whenever I see the Catalina Express or hear anything about the Catalina Express, that's what always comes to my mind. It's such a great addition to Dana Wharf, and it's a great addition to both you and Shayla because it brings so much business and people shop in your boutique.
They do. My Dana Wharf boutique. It's very nice. So I hope they all continue to shop there. Hey, Dave, there was somebody that asked a question about the city of San Clemente after school fishing camp. Can I talk about that?
Oh my God, absolutely. That's one of our big deals. Yes.
Okay, so about 10 years ago, the city of San Clemente called me and they wanted to start an after school fishing camp. Like, how cool is that? They wanted to attract kids that are not in traditional, like, the sports like football and soccer. And they wanted to have something different. And they always want to add a new activity. So they called me and I'm like, that would be awesome. So we do an after school fishing camp from 4 to 7 p.m. on the Clemente with Captain Chad Steffen. And it's a 5-week program. And so I'm sorry to the person that's asking, we just finished our spring program, so we won't have another one until October. But it's 25 kids. They can be from San Clemente, of course, but they can be, if you can get there by 4 o'clock to drop your kid off and they'll go fishing with us for 3 hours. The city of San Clemente only charges $5 more for kids that live out of the San Clemente area. So it's an awesome program. Parents can't come, but we take them fishing and they fish hard for those 3 hours.
Wow. I want to go on one of those.
To my knowledge, because I did some research, we're the only people that do an after school kids fishing program, and right here in Dana Point.
Oh, we got to get more of that.
Absolutely. Well, you also do the kids club. You do so much for children to keep kids involved in fishing.
Right. We have a whole week summer kids fishing program. We do it for 3 weeks. It's Monday through Thursday. It's 9 to 3 o'clock for 4 days in a row. We have 3 sessions. Those are already sold out, but every March you can sign up.
It's such a great way to introduce it. Like Brian was on Let's Talk Hookup a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and he was talking about how many of the kids that started out on the kids club fishing end up being deckhands and then go on to be captains and then go on
Right.
to have great careers in the industry.
Mhm.
That's why, gang, when I talk about taking kids fishing all the time, it's because our father instilled this in us. Our father came up with these ideas. Our father came up with the give back all the time. There was very, very few times, Donna, where someone came and asked Dad for something and he said no.
I know.
You might
because
have asked why.
I know that because now everybody asks me, and we always say yes to most charities and every group that needs a donation. We're very well known for our philanthropy.
Oh yeah, well you got to go to Sacramento because of that. That was pretty special.
Yeah.
I know you don't like to talk about the good things that you've done, but gang, the reason why we get to fish still is because Donna and my dad sat on the board of director of California of CCA, and my father sat on the board of directors for Pacific Marine Management. He was a big time politician when none of us really even understood that you needed to be that. He was out in front of so much stuff that we didn't understand. Why are you doing this political thing, Pops? We run a fishing, we take people fishing a whale watching. What are you doing? He's like, because if I'm not here, they're going to close it all down. You don't understand. And we're like, why? We don't know why. Why do they want to stop people from fishing, Donna? That doesn't make any sense in anybody's mind. But you sat in so many meetings and listened to all this stuff about closing fishing. It's so weird because Shayla sells fish. If you take away the fishing in California, we're going to be eating fish from foreign nations that practice zero sustainability. And what Donna does for a living, taking people fishing, has zero effect on the population of the fish in the ocean. But you are one of the most sought after people to close you down on the planet Earth because they want to stop you from fishing and stop children from smiling. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't want to end on a negative, but I want everyone to understand how hard you work. Besides being a great mother, besides being a phenomenal business owner, you give back so much of your time for free to make sure that you keep fishing open for all of us. And thank you for all everybody.
And it's true.
Everybody that's watching right now, you have no idea how hard Donna fights to make sure that we all get to go fishing. You have no idea. You can't even comprehend it.
I try really hard. You know, I love recreational fishing. I love commercial fishing. I'm always calling Shayla and Roger, and I'm like, oh my gosh, did you see what they did here and what they're doing here? So I try to stay very involved. I try to stay very, very positive. I try to remind people that we're going to get a lot farther if we stay positive. We might not like it, but we got to keep working in the system that we have, and we just got to try to keep finding ways to make it better. I don't believe that, let's face it, the state of California sells a lot of fishing licenses. So I don't believe that they don't want us to fish. I just believe that they constantly put a lot of over regulation on our fisheries, and we just have to continue to fight. And that's the nice way.
I have to check with Donna all the time because before it was Donna, it was my father, and he would always check me and put me in my spot. But now I have to check with Donna before I do a show that's going to be controversial about fishing. I always call her up and check with her first, because when I say stuff, gang, she's the one that has to defend what I just said, what comes out of my mouth, because so many people listen to this show. And so Donna has to clean up the wreckage of what I do all the time. It's always happening. But you guys, I just want you to understand, gang, she works for free, making sure that we get to go fishing. The only thing in it for her is that she's going to be able to keep her business open. But she goes to Sacramento. She goes to Washington, D.C. She's constantly, you can't even comprehend what she has to listen to when she goes to these meetings and the rhetoric and all the baloney she has to sit there and listen to. That's what's made you such a patient person to put up with my crap, I'm sure.
It's
Yeah.
a challenge, but it's a learning curve, and so I'll just keep doing that. You know, our dad sat on Pacific Fisheries Management Council for 30 years of his life. He was also the vice president of the Sport Fishing Association of California for probably over 30 years, and now I'm the regional vice president for the Sport Fishing Association of California.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so it's, you know, I'll just keep doing it.
It's frozen. We just lost the two of them. They just froze up.
No,
You're
I'm
back.
okay. There
Okay,
she
you're
is.
back.
Okay.
You're
I'm
back.
back. Okay.
You just keep doing you.
Absolutely.
Just keep doing me. Yeah.
And we're all very, very thankful. Everyone that's watching, they're getting to understand a little bit more about what's going on. Shayla, real quick before we wrap this up, tell everybody Fish Market, where it's at, how do we get there, what time are you open, what time do you close? Real quick.
So we are in Dana Point Harbor, so right across the courtyard from Dana Wharf Sports Fishing and Whale Watching. Down Golden Lantern at the very end of Golden Lantern, if you'll hit the water. We're in the courtyard. There's a big white tent right now out there. We have the courtyard, we have inside seating, we have patio seating, heated seating, and we have a fresh wild caught fish market inside. Daily, we smoke our fish at the end of the day. We brine our fish to be smoked the next day and portion it into the kitchen and redo it all over again every day. The boys start at 7:30 in the morning and we open at 11 for the kitchen. You can come in early if you need to buy fish from the fish case a little bit earlier. We're open every single day of the year except for Christmas and Thanksgiving because we are Catholic and Christians. So, but we, right now the hours are a little funky. We're trying, it's since, the weather, changes every 5-7 years in California, as it always does. This time of year, we have to kind of play it by ear when we close. So we close when we kind of slow down, which is usually around 7 o'clock right now, 8 o'clock on Friday and Saturday. But we open at 11 a.m. every single day. And, we have the fish and chips, which we're well known for. And your original English fish and chips are not going to be your beer battered flavored. So no, they're bland. You need your sauces. And your malt vinegar. And OG style, we have right now we have Alaskan halibut, local flounder, mahi, yellowtail, bluefin, red snapper, wild king salmon, wild coho salmon, which is really hard to get right now. So we might actually be out today. I'll have to check, but we have the king salmon in right now. We have grouper, mako shark, sometimes white sea bass.
Yeah, I'll call you right back.
A lot of this stuff, some of this stuff is coming from Mexico. So we call Mexico our neighbor. So we fish from, we consider, local Mexico, sometimes mostly local because that's our neighbor. And waters, it could differ. They're in the same area. But so we go from Mexico to Alaska. So my relationships working for Trident Seafoods, I was able to make relationships for the fresh wild caught halibut, salmon, and a couple of other things that aren't really popular down here. So, but the salmon and the halibut are fresh wild caught from Trident Seafoods, and I have to go to Santa Ana to pick it up.
Okay. Shayla, we love you very, very much. That was Shayla being real quick. We just wanted your hours. Donna, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for being on the show. Shayla, thank you. You can see Donna every single day at Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. I want you to go in there and tell her you need to spend 15 or 20 minutes talking to her because she's got so much free time. No, I'm just kidding. Don't ever do that. let her run her life. And you're the best mom. You both are great, phenomenal moms, great business owners. Thank you for giving us some time today. All of our followers really enjoyed this. Donna, Shayla, thank you very much. Love both of you. Everybody, I'll see you tomorrow. We got a phenomenal podcast for you tomorrow with
Love you, Kelly.
Yeah, where's Kelly?
I don't know.
Okay,
No
love
idea.
you, Kelly.
I
Love
think
you, Kelly.